Long Neck Josh, the Joey D's. This is the Canvas Critique. It's a new day, yes it is! Has just tipped up here tonight. Ruthless aggression.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
RKO.
He has broken his hand.
Ooh, yeah!
Can't see me. This is my yard now.
What's it gonna do when Hulkamania in the largest arms in the world run wild on you?
I lie! I cheat! I steal! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! The Austin era has begun!
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
The man.
Just sit back, relax. It's gonna get good.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Long Neck Josh back with another video, and this is episode number 6 of the Canvas Critique podcast. So, of course, let me welcome my co-host, the great D's, Joey D's.
What's going on, Josh?
Not
Welcome
much,
back.
man.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Canvas Critique.
Yeah, we told you we're gonna have some back-to-back-to-back episodes. So, this is, of course, the second episode in that 3-episode series.
Yep, we made a promise. We're fulfilling our promise. You're gonna get a lot of episodes coming up, and I'm excited about Payback.
Yeah, Payback was a great show. So you ready to just dive right in?
Let's do it.
All right, so we kick things off on the kickoff show
Yes, he finally got it right.
with
Today's
the riot.
the day. Today's the day. Everybody mark the day where Josh finally got it right. It is the kickoff show, everybody. It is not the pre-show.
All right, regardless, the Riot Squad took on the Iconics on the kickoff show, and this is the night before the Iconics split up, I believe,
Yep.
because they had a rematch the next night, with the stipulation being the losing team has to disband and the winning team is going to be the number 1 contenders for the women's tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there wasn't really much to this match. There was an early slip up from Liv Morgan, and that kind of took the match downhill, but it definitely could have been better. I think their match the next night on Raw was a lot better.
Yeah. Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan are like supposed to be more built here to just start gelling together. And then the Iconics were like having issues leading up to their breakup, which I'm pretty sure was the next night. And so I
Right.
think, that was the outcome of the match. I think it needed to be that because of, the Riot Squad needed to win because of where they're going with that and where they were leading to the Iconics. So I don't think it was a great match, but I think they're all entertaining to me. I never used to be the biggest fan of mixed matched tag teams, and not that Ruby and Liv are mixed matched. They've always been friends, like they were a team before, but they're just two totally different people, but they work well together, I think, and they have story to build off from their history. So I like them as a tag team. I really like the Iconics, though. I don't know if you want to talk about them breaking up right now, but damn.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit.
I mean,
I'm excited to see where they go. Like, I feel like they could easily get lost in the shuffle as singles competitors. And
yeah. Well,
especially with the women's division right now lacking tag teams, I don't think it was a good decision to split them up.
no, I don't think it was a great decision to split them up. I think it'll be okay for both of them at some point. I think they both have a potential, but just man, like they could have done so much more with them, and they didn't use them enough when they were there together as a team, especially because they were out for quite a while. I recall in the past year or so, and then they came back and they were just kind of like, I don't know, they just split them up, I think, quick.
Yeah, and for me, it's kind of the same way with what they did with the Riot Squad when they had their first run with Sarah Logan, with them. Like they didn't use them, I don't think, to full potential, and they split them up, and now Liv and Ruby are back together. Unfortunately, Sarah Logan is gone now, but she is
She's not in the
expecting.
company, right?
She's not, but she is
Yeah.
expecting. Um, so congrats to her once again, and she's gonna be
Who's
a great mother.
expecting? Sarah Logan is?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
With Eric.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I actually went over this in the Clash of Champions predictions video, and Christian didn't know it either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
But
hey Christian. Hey Christian, that makes two of us. I maybe more. I didn't know that. But congratulations to her and Eric.
Yeah.
They'll have a Viking baby.
Yeah. But regardless, they put Liv and Ruby back together, and I want to see them hopefully win the tag titles soon.
Definitely.
So
Definitely. I think they're like I said, a good mixed match tag. Not, and again, they're not mixed match, but they're two different people, and I think they work well together, and I think they deserve to do something together for sure.
100%.
But to
And
the Iconics, real quick, going back to that 1 second, for them being split up, again, I'm not worried about both of them on their own, but what I'm more concerned with is the fact that they didn't do so much with them together in a consistent enough time. Like, it was short little runs here and there. They really robbed them after winning the tag titles at Mania. I think they lost them real soon after that. So,
what are
pretty
you talking
sure.
about, the tag titles?
Yeah, so I think they won them. Were they the first to win them at Mania?
No, they were the second.
It
Bailey
was
and
Bailey and
Sasha.
Sasha were the first,
Yeah.
right? But they won them, I think, and lost them a month or two after.
No, it was definitely, they held them till at least SummerSlam. Past that, I think.
Really?
They never defended them. That's the thing.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
They
they
were never
definitely could
around.
have done more with the Iconics, especially when they were champions.
Yeah, because they were never around when they were champions.
Yeah.
So
that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Good luck to Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. I hope they have successful singles runs, and to Liv and
yes.
Ruby, I hope that they continue this momentum and hopefully take the tag title someday.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely.
So, yeah,
Look forward
now
to
we
that.
move on to the main show and the first match on the card. The first two matches were two big guys going at it, two powerhouses colliding, and both of them really lived up to expectations. The first match was the United States champion Apollo Crews defending against Bobby Lashley, and I was really impressed by this match because it was really Lashley used most of his power. Crews used a little bit of power, but mostly it was Crews using agility, and I liked that they really had great chemistry in the ring together.
Yeah, definitely. I think Apollo Crews is really good. He needs a little more character to him. I think it's good. This story is good for him because it's building like aggression in him. And, not just as a character, but in the ring, you know? So these two together in the ring definitely put on a good match. So yeah, this was a good match, definitely.
Yeah.
I love the new title.
Oh yeah, new title is great. Um, the one thing that I am questionable about is taking the title off of Apollo Crews so soon. We had Bobby Lashley win with the Hurt Lock submission, and I think Apollo could have had a little bit of a better reign with the U.S. title.
Yeah, but they do that. They do that. Like I just said, there, and I know you said the Iconics had him for a while, but whether they defended him or not, they just don't. Once you win a championship, it's like good enough for them to say, who's next. I think, because it happens to everybody at some point. Short title reigns diminish a title run and a superstar, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Especially like if they haven't defended it a lot against, and even if they defend it like every week or every month, but if it's against the same guy, like, Drew McIntyre is a prime example of that. I really think he's done a good job as a champion, but who has he beaten besides Randy Orton and Seth Rollins? I mean, he feuded for a while with Orton now.
Yeah.
And I mean, he just won the title in April, and he's been feuding with Orton since June.
He's had at least 4 different challengers, though.
Name them.
Rollins, Lashley, Ziggler,
Ziggler,
or Orton.
Oh, he faced Lashley?
Yeah, he did.
Right after Mania, I think.
Yeah, and Lana interfered in that match and cost Lashley the match.
It's not a ton of opponents, though. I feel like every feud is super long where it feels like, okay, someone next, but that's how they look at it with this, I think.
Mm-hmm. But regardless, Bobby Lashley picked up the win. A solid match back and forth, and Lashley now a 2-time U.S. champion. So nice to see him with the championship.
Definitely. He never won it back in the day, huh?
Lashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
One time?
Yeah, he beat JBL for the title.
Oh, okay. What year? Like 2006?
2006, I think. Because the match they were promoting was the United States champion JBL was going to take on the world heavyweight champion at the time, Rey Mysterio. And if Rey Mysterio won that match, JBL, I think he was fired from SmackDown or maybe fired from WWE as a whole. Mm-hmm. But regardless, they put him in a match at the beginning of the night just in case he lost to Mysterio earlier, and he defended his U.S. title against Lashley and lost.
Gotcha.
So just a bad night for JBL that night.
A lot of bad nights for JBL.
Yeah.
But a lot of great nights. I remember his long title run.
Oh yeah.
One of the
best in the 21st century for sure.
Dude, he was like a heel that was so good at doing his job that as a kid at that time, I was only I was about like 2005 he had his run. I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school, I want to say, right? And heavily watching JBL every Thursday night or Friday night, whatever it was back then. And this dude, I'll tell you what, he had some great feuds. I couldn't stand him. I respect him now so much. But even back then, I couldn't stand him so much. But at the end of the day, I'd always go, wow, that is an impressive. That is one of the greatest title runs I've ever seen. And it stands out in my head. Like, I don't even have to go back and watch video of it. I can just think about it right now, like all the different moments. Like, he had some crazy feuds with Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Booker T, tons of people, man. Like, he was a dirty heel.
100%.
He had the cabinet behind him at one point, which was throwback names here: Orlando Jordan and the Basham brothers.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. That Doug and Danny Basham, those are people that probably young kids now don't know about as much. But if you go back and watch JBL's title run in 2005, you'll learn a lot about all of them. And That was one of the best ever, man. But man, I couldn't stand him. And when
Yeah.
he ended up finally losing the title, I was so happy. And it was John Cena who took it from him. Big Show feuded with him as well for a long time. Kurt Angle. Actually, I don't even know if Kurt Angle did at that time.
I know he had a feud with The Undertaker at some point.
Oh, The Undertaker's in there as well. Yeah, how could
Mhm.
I forget that, of course. And
Of
so
course, Eddie, who he won the title from.
Eddie, yeah, he had the go watch the Judgment Day match where Eddie's head gets split open, man. Oh my God. Like those two tore each other apart. But
Mhm.
so anyways, what I'm getting at is JBL is a legend and I love the dude now, you know. But John Cena won the title from him at WrestleMania 21.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Great moment.
WrestleMania 21, that's the night that really Batista and John Cena
Batista
both
beat
won their first world titles.
yeah, Batista beat Triple H after the Evolution story there.
Yeah.
That was
So,
that was one of just a real quick fun fact. That was one of my favorite ever storylines leading into WrestleMania was Batista Triple H, like how he did the thumbs down on him
yeah.
and took him and Ric Flair down, and that was just one of my favorite storylines leading up because like back then I was just really invested in JBL being beat and Triple H getting what was coming to him for doing what he did to
Yeah.
Orton,
And I
Orton
mean,
and
if you
Batista.
think about this, it really wouldn't have made sense storyline. I mean, I guess it kind of, but I don't think it would have storyline wise if Batista chose to face JBL for the WWE Championship instead, because you had Batista as a heel at the time and JBL, who was probably the top heel in WWE,
Yeah.
definitely on SmackDown at that time.
Well, what made the most sense was to have Batista win the Rumble and then go after Triple H, because Triple H was trying to get Batista. I think at that time he was trying to get Batista to give in, his WrestleMania spot, or no, I don't know. I don't remember what the whole thing was.
No,
but...
they were trying to get him to sign the SmackDown
Oh,
contract.
right, and so they can run both run both shows. Because he was scared of Batista, obviously that was the story, right? He didn't really want Batista to be on top on SmackDown. He was just like afraid to face him, so he's like, go over there.
Yeah.
But, great story. So now that we've talked about Raw and SmackDown of 2005, we'll get back to Payback 2020, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Canvas Critique, because we bring back past storylines and you get to like dive in more to these past storylines, and just it's just kind of nice just to talk about wrestling in general, because you never know what can come up.
Oh, new idea.
New idea?
Yep. And I'm putting you on the spot right here on the episode, Josh. But it's up to you. It's up to the leader of the show. Maybe we should do some throwback pay-per-view episodes here and there.
I was thinking about that. If you want to do that, I could be down.
Like anniversary type things, maybe like near Survivor Series. We'll talk about this later, but we're talking about it on the show. We'll get the people excited. Maybe like near Survivor Series, we do like a Survivor Series throwback pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Or a Rumble or Mania. Those are big. Or SummerSlam. Maybe it's just the big four. Maybe it's something, but we'll see.
Or like, let's say a big name wrestler retired.
Yeah.
And we could like do like an event where he had like a huge win.
Yeah, that would be cool. See, we even think about this stuff, people, while we're on the show with you.
Yeah.
This is live.
But yeah, we were talking about Bobby Lashley defeating Apollo Crews for the U.S. title. Congratulations to Bobby Lashley. And then we moved on to another big powerhouse versus powerhouse matchup, this time from the SmackDown brand. Big E taking on Sheamus, and this was another just incredible match between two big guys who really worked well in the ring together.
Yeah, and I like this story too about how these guys are going after each other.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very good match. And
Sheamus,
Big E's getting over.
Yeah, he is. The technical wrestler that he is, he went after Big E's leg for a lot of that match, and he eventually hit a bicycle knee strike that looked absolutely brutal, which is, very similar to his brogue kick, which he tried to hit after he hit that bicycle knee strike. But what I think was a great finish, Big E caught him in midair with a power bomb and then hit the big ending for the win.
Yeah. He power bombed Sheamus. Big.
Yeah,
Real
and
big.
it's not very often you see Sheamus get power bombed.
No.
Um,
No.
the only other time I can really remember is back in like 2014 when they
Mhm.
had Batista come back. I know he
Mhm.
faced Sheamus on an episode of SmackDown, and he hit a Batista bomb on him.
Yeah. You think he ever got like a last ride from The Undertaker? Sheamus and The Undertaker ever do anything? I don't
I
recall
don't know if
that.
they ever did anything.
That would have been something I would have liked to see.
Going back, I know we keep going back, but I do distinctly remember, I think it was like an episode of Raw where they did like Legends coming back or whatever,
Mhm.
like old school Raw. You remember those?
Yeah. I
Yeah, and they
like
had the
those.
old setup and everything. But yeah, CM Punk came out, cut a promo about how he wants to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29.
Mhm.
And then you had three other guys, Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus, all interrupt him. Randy Orton, of course, saying he wanted a second chance. Big Show saying, he wanted to face him one-on-one since he was a
Right.
handicap match. And
Mhm.
Sheamus was like, I've never faced The Undertaker. So, like, I remember I don't know, how old was I? 2013, I was like 11. But
Mhm.
I remember watching that match and I was like so psyched because Sheamus was one of my favorite wrestlers at the time. And he, I really wanted him to win that match because I wanted to see that Sheamus Undertaker match at Mania.
Who won that match?
Who?
Who won that? It
The
was a triple
four-way?
threat. Oh, it was a four-way. CM Punk won.
Yeah, CM Punk won.
Gotcha,
Because
because that
the
was your
winner of
big thing
that
too.
match got to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't recall that. I don't recall that, but I remember that WrestleMania. But just leading up to it, that's a throwback too. Wow.
Yeah, man, it's crazy the things you think about. Like,
Yeah, just by naming someone like Sheamus getting power bombed, but that was impressive by Big E, and he's really getting over, man. He's a good. You really realize now how good Big E is while he's by himself. I hate to say it, I really love the New Day, and all three of those guys together are
yeah,
they're a greater sign over anything. But when you look at Big E by himself now, maybe not so much back in the day, like he was a good, even like in NXT and stuff, he was a good powerhouse heel, I guess. I don't know how much of a character he had back then, but now he's really good, man. Like, and seeing him like go from swiveling his hips and laughing and clapping all the time to now like always on rage, like because Sheamus is like with these backstage attacks and
hmm
stuff like this, setting Big E up. It's really gotten under his skin. You got to think deeper into the story too, like how this must be affecting Big E not to have people around him. Like he's not, not that he needs people around him, but he's not used to being by himself. So now he's trying to adapt to like not having two guys over both his shoulders.
right.
And I think that's a different thing too now to see Big E like being taken down by somebody so much. Usually you don't see that as much, right? And
Exactly. And when
but
Kofi, I'm sorry to interrupt,
no,
but when Kofi had his big singles run, when he won the WWE Championship last year, he still had the New Day around him.
right. They've pretty much always had at least one guy with them, right? I think this is the first time we've seen both of them out at the same time, right? All of them split up. I can't recall since they've been together someone being by themselves as long as Big E has been,
hmm
um, without any of them coming back. Now I don't know when they're coming back, uh, but I have a feeling that the New Day will be together for a little bit, but I feel like
Yeah.
soon after that something's coming because usually when they start pushing someone and it starts working, I feel like Kofi was a different story, but I think that Big E is going to end up going off on his own.
Yeah, and for me, it's crazy to think about how long the New Day has been together as a team.
6 years,
Like,
right?
yeah, like they're right around 2014, I think late 2014 or early 2015, they became a team.
Yeah, late 2014.
And just thinking about it, teams don't usually last this long nowadays in the WWE. I mean, obviously the Usos have because they're twins,
Right.
but
Then you got to wonder what's going to happen there, man.
yeah,
Because I believe that the Usos are the greatest tag team in wrestling.
I agree
That's
100%.
in all of wrestling right now. Like you couldn't in the ring, if you put anybody in the ring with them, like legit, they should beat anybody over like the Young Bucks or anybody out there, right? But here's the thing. If they split them up, is it like the twin thing? Like, do they get lost in the shuffle because of that? Because, I don't know. Is one better than the other as a singles competitor? Like, is one going to be a better character than the other? You know what I mean? Because they're both like, they're not the same person.
Right.
But they're the same person. So, like, you're going to have to really differentiate them if they split up. Like, one of them's got to go super, super heel, and one of them's got to be like super, super face.
No, you gotta have one of them bring back the face paint, and then the other one keep this like gangster character.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So you have the clashing styles.
Yeah. The Clash of Styles, did you say?
No, the clashing styles.
I heard you.
Styles clash. Oh my gosh.
That would be a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Big E, you're the man.
Yeah. Congrats to Big E for the win. And that moves on to another solid match. All the matches on this card were very, very amazing to watch, and I thoroughly enjoyed this event. But coming up next, we had another non-title match from the SmackDown brand. We had King Corbin taking on Matt Riddle, and Matt Riddle picked up the win. It was a good back-and-forth matchup. But yeah, he hit the floating bro for the finish, and then after the match, of course, Corbin attacked him backstage.
Of course he did.
And so that continues the feud. And, in my opinion, I think both men really came out of this match looking good.
Yeah, Riddle's good, man. Corbin's gotten a lot better over the years, so I think I don't know, I just like his character. I like how he's such a good heel. And Riddle, I think, has a future too. He's deadly with his kicks, man.
Yes.
And his knees, like his running knees are crazy.
It's that MMA background.
He's impressive. But especially the running knees, that stands out to me. He's like really quick on his feet, and then his knees, like he can jump high. But yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah.
And Riddle won, right?
Yes, Riddle won.
Yeah.
So yeah, that feud, of course, I'm pretty sure might still be going on, but it definitely continued after this event because Corbin put him through a table backstage after the match. So, but transitioning,
I think that feud's over now.
Is it?
I think Riddle's gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Corbin just finished him up.
Yeah. So that match was solid,
which is okay. Which is definitely okay that Riddle doesn't win his first big feud. You know what I mean? Because he came in the first night and beat AJ Styles on his first night. Like that in itself is enough.
100%.
To start your career and to be your first ever match.
I've said it time and time again. I'm sorry to interrupt again. I think AJ Styles is the best wrestler on the roster right now.
Yeah, that was incredible that they put him over AJ. Incredible. I mean, Matt Riddle's good, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't see them giving him that much shine right away.
Right.
I thought it would take somebody much bigger than him, and I don't mean bigger in size. I mean just bigger as a star. Bigger than Matt Riddle to beat AJ Styles on his first night. And if I'm AJ Styles, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how I feel about that. Right. But, not that AJ needs wins right now at all. He's had an incredible career everywhere he's gone. But I don't even know if I'm okay with that. If my name's AJ Styles and this kid Matt Riddle comes in, I don't even know if I want to put him over the first night. Not to be selfish, but and nothing against Matt Riddle, but I'm just saying I was surprised with that. I was surprised they did that.
Yeah, and I think Matt Riddle has a successful career in front of him. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yep.
So
and he's young and stuff. He's
got
a lot of energy.
Of course, he always talks about how he wants to retire Brock Lesnar, but
I'm sure we'll see that match.
Yeah, that would be great.
They'll put him in the ring with Brock, no doubt.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Brock re-signed with WWE because I'm pretty sure his
Oh, he'll be
contract
back.
ran out.
You know he'll be back.
Yeah. Transitioning into what I think was the match of the night, we had the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Bailey and Sasha Banks defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Yep.
And this match, just everything about it, I think was great. You had Sasha and Bailey. They isolated Baszler in the beginning of the match, and then they isolated Nia Jax, which was actually really cool to see them. You
Mhm.
know, you saw Nia Jax on the ground a lot, which I thought was incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. Going back to the whole Sheamus getting powerbomb thing, like Nia Jax being down so much, you don't
Mhm.
see that a lot. But
Right.
the finish was the only thing that I needed to see.
Oh, the best finish of the night, I think.
No doubt, no doubt, no best finish I've seen in a long time. Very creative.
You had a double submission,
Hmm.
and then you had Baszler had Banks in the Muda Lock, and then Bailey in the Kirifuda clutch,
Hmm.
right? I think so.
And they both tapped out.
Right.
Or
And no, I think she used like Banks's arm to choke out Bailey, and Bailey
yep,
tapped.
right. That's what it was.
Yeah, that finish was so great. And
Hmm.
I'm just gonna talk about the post-match interview.
I want to
Nia,
know who came up with that. I want to know who came up with that finish. I want to know if that was Shayna or Sasha Bailey or even Nia or somebody else. I want to know who came
right?
up with that
Oh no, that
finish
finish was incredible.
because that was great. That was genius. They need to do more stuff like that. They need to do more, to tell stories like that instead of just roll
Right.
ups and the same old finishes all the time. Someone coming out to distract someone. That was a good that was unexpected again. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
you had
when you see them both in the lock like that, you're thinking like one of them's got to get out of that, right? To roll the other one out of it, or like they're not both going to tap out. But
right, but
I
no.
mean, yeah,
Baszler just took Banks' arm, choked Bailey, and Bailey tapped. Which,
genius.
yeah, great match, great finish. And like I said, the post-match interview, what they did with Nia Jax, she was just, I don't know
Wait,
if you remember it.
refresh my memory.
Yeah, Nia Jax was just like, yeah, we won. Like, she was so hyped up
Oh
about it.
yeah, just totally not Nia Jax's normal
Yeah, and Baszler
character.
was just trying to conduct the interview.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that see another interesting mixed match combo there, like a mixed match tag team
right.
and that works.
And think about this. If these two were like on the same page, like if they're a normal tag team, they're pretty much unstoppable.
Oh, they're unstoppable anyways.
Yeah.
I think they're more unstoppable now because they try to outdo each other,
I'm
you
not gonna
know?
lie. The only way they lose their titles is because of a miscommunication or because one of them
Egos.
attacks the other.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be straight up ego, like
Yeah.
them trying to outdo each other to the point where they lose focus in, themselves, their tag team, and they just give it up.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about this with Christian on the Clash of Champions predictions video. He just compared Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to Team Hell No, and I actually said I don't really agree with that. Like,
Uh,
not to call you out or anything, Christian, because I know you'll probably be watching this, but just in my personal opinion, what they did with Team Hell No, yeah, they put them together, and he said the same thing, like kind of with the bar too. Like they put them together,
yeah.
like they were like it was an ego thing. But I think the thing was when it got to the bar and when you came to Team Hell No, they ended up having successful tag team runs, and like Team Hell No held the titles for a pretty long time, and they like became a pretty solid unit together.
I see
Like
what he's
they were
saying.
clicking with each other. I don't think Nia and Shayna will be able to get to that point where they click with each other.
No, I don't think so. It would be interesting if they did, though. That'd be different to see.
Yeah.
But I don't think they full on become friends.
Yeah.
I think it's strictly business for both of them. Just like the fact that they're champions, they're dominant, and they plan to be that way until it breaks. And it's gonna break
Yeah.
probably sooner rather than later.
Oh, I agree. I think they need to put Shayna and Nia back in the singles picture as soon as possible.
100% agree.
And they need to put a single title on Shayna Baszler. That's all I'm going to say about that. But moving on from the women's tag titles, we had another moment. I know we were talking earlier about AJ Styles putting over Matt Riddle. Well, we had another veteran putting over a young talent, Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. And Keith Lee went over clean.
Another shocker here, especially being Randy Orton.
Yeah, I actually picked Keith Lee to win this match.
Really?
But I thought it was because Drew McIntyre or somebody was going to come out. But no, Keith Lee won clean. That was crazy. Countered an RKO and then hit a Spirit Bomb and just scored a pin after one Spirit Bomb. I don't think anybody expected it.
No, I definitely didn't expect that.
Right. And like not even the Big Bang Catastrophe, which I think is a better finisher. I think they're both great finishers, but yeah, just it was crazy.
Yeah, it was okay. It was a shocker, but it was an okay match. It wasn't a great match.
I think if you put these two in the ring and like they can put on a better match than what they did. But congrats to Keith Lee on beating Randy Orton. That's a huge win in his pay-per-view singles debut. So we transitioned from that into the Mysterios versus Seth Rollins and Murphy.
This was my match of the night.
Yeah, this was another great match.
This was my match of the night. Fast pace again because there's story to it.
Right.
Dominic continues to impress me in the ring, as a character and as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think Rollins is awesome always. Ray still got it. Murphy's getting there, with a lot of Murphy's done a good job with this whole role too. So, I mean, you look at the whole thing, man, and then you put like 4 really talented wrestlers in the ring with a good story like that, and it's killer. That was my favorite match of the night, actually. And the finish of this match was this Ray hitting a 619, Dominic hitting a frog splash?
No. So, what happened? I think Rollins was going for a buckle bomb on Ray, and Murphy was gonna hit like an enziguri to the back of his head at the simultaneously. Ray countered Hurricane Rana Seth, and Murphy ended up kicking Seth. And then Rey Mysterio, I think Ray did his sunset flip, like when he slides out of the ring and then sunset flip powerbomb into the barricade, which I think is an amazing move. Like, that impresses me every time I see it. Like either from Ray or Dominic. The fact that Dominic does it, like, wow.
How do you do that?
But yeah, Ray hit that on Rollins. Dominic hit a 619 and a frog splash to win the match on Murphy. So I'm glad they didn't have Dominic pin Rollins.
Oh, so yeah, Dominic hit a 619 and a frog splash?
Yeah, and he pinned Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't pin Rollins.
No, that needs to be saved for a singles match, but that didn't happen either.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's good they kind of push Seth Rollins over Dominic. Like, Dominic is really showing himself, like, and I'd love to see a rematch, like a second feud between these two in the near future where Dominic does go over.
Yeah, he doesn't need to win a feud right now, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a great match. This was a close contender for me for match of the night. Because like just very fast-paced action. And the way that Murphy and Rollins work together as a team, they're working very solidly as a team. I'm excited to I hope that they don't break them up, honestly. But it's looking like that's what they might do.
Rollins and Murphy?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then of course you have this whole thing with Murphy and Aaliyah now. Like, what's going on with that?
They're dating?
I don't think they're dating per se, but Rollins attacked Murphy on like a Raw, and Aaliyah checked on him like before
No,
getting
they're
into the ring.
no, they're dating.
I don't think they're dating yet.
No, they're dating. I'm not talking about in storyline.
They're not dating in real life.
Josh, let me check for you. Because I've seen something online about it, and I think they're gonna put it. I'll have to find that and get that to you.
That's crazy, cause
I thought the same thing when I saw that, and I'll have to find that article.
Buddy Murphy is like 32 years old, and Aaliyah's only like 19.
I know, that's why I said that. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I saw something about how they might be dating and how they were putting something into a storyline.
Yeah, no,
Because
I don't. I think that Aaliyah has like a boyfriend from high school.
are they talking
From
about maybe them dating on here? Maybe
yeah,
that'd
I
be
think
crazy. If that's what they're going to, that'd be crazy.
yeah,
Because why would she have checked on him, right? Like that must be what they're leaning towards.
right. And I read an article somewhere where like they're gonna have this like continue the storyline obviously with Aaliyah and the Mysterio family, and they said like Aaliyah's role is really gonna be she's gonna be like an actress, not really a wrestler in this type of
No,
thing.
she's not gonna wrestle.
Yeah, 100%.
She doesn't wrestle. If you think she's gonna wrestle, she's not gonna wrestle. No.
Yeah, no way. But if
That
she does,
could
it'd
that
be
could be
interesting to see.
yeah, that could be yeah, I was gonna say.
And after that, we moved on to our main event of the evening. We had
Yes.
no.
Actually, this was the match of the night. For
Okay.
me. Yep.
No holds barred Universal Championship triple threat match. The Fiend Bray Wyatt defending his title against Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. So we started the match off where Reigns was not in the match.
Reigns has not signed the contract for the match yet.
Yeah. You had the Fiend make his entrance. Strowman attacked him during the entrance, and they like started the match with them two, and they went at each other brutally. Like Wyatt pushed Strowman to the announce table, and he used his large mallet, and Strowman launched like one of the commentary chairs at him. That was, oh my god, the brutality.
Mm-hmm.
And
Alexa Bliss being shown backstage
yeah,
during the match.
yeah,
And-
it's
Say that.
obvious they're doing something with Alexa and the Fiend.
Yep. And then you have Bray Wyatt and Strowman break the ring.
Yeah, that happened.
The ring collapsed on a superplex. And then the best part of the night happened.
Oh my god, that Roman Reigns came out with Paul Heyman, signed the contract, and went to the ring, finished the match, and won the title.
Wrecked everybody and left.
This is great for character for Roman Reigns.
This is the best. This is the best.
And I'm glad they put him with Paul Heyman.
I think either if he has Paul Heyman or not, it's still going to be the same. Because Paul Heyman's not playing like that same Paul Heyman that he did for Lesnar, which is good. But he doesn't really have much of a presence to me right now. I'm so engaged on Reigns and what he's doing. I don't even remember that Paul Heyman's there.
Right. And plus, Roman does talk a lot more than Brock ever does.
Yeah. And I thought they were going to keep Roman silent when they brought Heyman in. And
right.
I'm glad they're not, because he's good at what he does. Especially when he's angry, when he's a heel.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see where his championship reign goes. The one thing I disagree with is putting the title on the Fiend back at SummerSlam. I don't think that was a good move.
Should have kept it on Strowman.
Yeah. And
I think that's trying to get to Fiend and Reigns, though.
No, that's definitely what they're trying to get to. But I think what they should have done, they shouldn't have had Strowman go over the Fiend by any means at SummerSlam. But I feel like rather than Reigns attacking after the match, Reigns should have attacked during the match. So Strowman kept the title, and it led to this triple threat at Payback where Roman won it.
Yeah, so my question for you is, what do you think they're going to do with Reigns and the Fiend since they're both like heel type characters? Does it not matter because the Fiend could face anybody, right? Because he's the Fiend.
Right.
So
yeah, and the Fiend right now, I'd establish him more as a babyface than of heel, honestly, because the whole storyline with Strowman and the Fiend and Alexa, you had Strowman like say he doesn't give a damn about Alexa, and like literally gorilla pressed her. So I think that definitely established Strowman as the heel in that feud.
I mean, look at the Fiend really is a face. Like, look at the Funhouse character, and look at the Fiend in general. Like when he's the Fiend, he's the heel, I guess. But when he's Funhouse Bray, he's the face, and obviously, like he still has deep, dark, demonic thoughts when he's the Funhouse Bray because it's the same person, really. I think that even though deep down inside he's evil. Right, at some points like he's trying to be a good person at least when he's Funhouse Bray. So I guess that's your face character. Mm-hmm. Maybe they have Funhouse Bray and Reigns fight, but still like the Fiend is lurking on the screen and the lights but it's still Funhouse Bray in the ring. Like because when they usually have Funhouse Bray in the ring. There is no, I don't think there's ever been like the lights going red or anything, a laugh happen. Like you still have to bring that other character out, I think, when Funhouse Bray's there. Mm-hmm. But eventually it's going to have to be the Fiend and Reigns. I don't know how they'll do that.
And, I know we talked earlier, it might have been at the WrestleMania Cam's Critique episode. But we talked about how Roman's going to face the Fiend at some point, and we both agreed that, it could happen at next year's WrestleMania, and Roman could take the title off the Fiend, be the big over baby face, but now they kind of switched roles. And now Roman's the champion. So...
when you see Bliss the other night, Bliss walked off, being involved with the Fiend, and she was staring Reigns down from behind.
Oh my God, that was a creepy ass look.
Oh, that was an awesome ending to SmackDown.
Yes.
But that right there tells me, obviously the Fiend's watching Reigns.
Right.
So that's coming soon, I guess.
Yeah, that's
I can't wait for that, man. Two of my favorites.
Yeah.
Just going at it.
And honestly, I can't choose which guy I think is going to go over.
Well, I think if it's anytime soon, it's Reigns. But I think if it's in the long term, like Mania, it'll be the Fiend.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what they do with that. And I'm really happy that Alexa Bliss did give that stare to Roman because, of course, we had Roman feuding with Jey Uso just recently. But with that stare from Alexa Bliss, that kind of hinted at, okay, there's still unfinished business between Roman and The Fiend. And I already assumed that. Like, I assumed that The Fiend would be back for Roman.
Yeah.
So, I'm really, really excited to see where this goes.
Me too. That's going to be a great feud.
But, in my opinion, honestly, they shouldn't have put the title on The Fiend just to have him drop it a week later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. But, at least they didn't have The Fiend get pinned or submitted. It was Strowman who got pinned.
Yeah, that's a good point. He shouldn't have gotten pinned.
Yeah. But regardless, that wraps up Payback. Was a great show.
It certainly was a great show. I enjoyed it. I'd probably say I give it a 7, maybe a 7.5.
Okay.
Out of 10.
For me, I'm actually going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the show. And some of the finishes tonight, the triple threat finish, the women's tag title finish, just both of those really just not even well executed, like perfectly executed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 7.5.
But yeah, that does it for Payback predictions the pay-per-view.
That's
So,
2 in a row you've done that.
Yeah. Wow.
We got to give Josh a script next time.
For real. Oh my gosh. I need my notes on my wrist for my promo,
Yeah, there you go.
But no, we really went in depth with Payback. We had a lot of great great time talking about old WWE stuff, and we have a new idea with possibly reviewing classic pay-per-views.
Yeah, I think we should look into doing something.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll keep you guys updated, of course, on that if we decide to do that. But yeah, that does it for the episode. So, Joe, you can go ahead and plug your social medias.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Coach Joe Baseball, Twitter, Joey D Baseball. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate you being here. Look forward to our next episode coming really, really soon. Clash of Champions 2020 is up next.
Yes, I'm so excited to review Clash of Champions. It was a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be a really fun one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And of course, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LongNeckJosh, on Instagram at long_neck_Josh. And that will do it for the video. So thank you guys for joining, and we will see you soon.
Like the fuse, bring the boom, dynamite, let's go ignite, elements collide in the flash of light, and you feel